Hello, hello. I'm going to talk to y'all today about mechanical fuel pumps. This would be your 1980s General Motors. This one came off of an 89 Cadillac Brougham that I'm going to show you with the 307 Oldsmobile engine. So cars, your Cutlass, your 88 Oldsmobiles, your 98 Oldsmobile, and your Cadillacs from 86 to 1989 that came with the 307 Oldsmobile V8, the long car, the four-door, okay. The 307 Oldsmobile V8. These are a little bit different than your Chevrolet mechanical fuel pumps. Actually, they're better because Chevrolet, they use a rod, and then your fuel pump, it has a lever comes down on it, and then you have to hold the lever while you install the pump. It's more moving parts, it's more trouble. The Oldsmobile, like my 89 Cadillac has, it has a round wheel on front of the timing chain gear. The timing chain gear that bolts your camshaft. And that wheel, you know, you just push the fuel pump in, and the wheel, when it goes around each revolution, it's eccentric, and it pushes the lever down. So when it pushes the lever down, that pushes fuel from your pump to your carburetor. And then when it the wheel turns and then the lever goes back up, it sucks fuel from your fuel tank. That's how that operates. And these have a fuel return on it too. But I think I just put this new fuel pump on this car about 3 weeks ago, and I think I got a new fuel pump, mechanical fuel pump for it that was defective. See, what it is, I had my car parked in the garage for 3 years and 2 months because I have, you know, several trucks and I have a Harley Davidson. So I had it, you know, in the garage for about 3 years. I decided I wanted to start driving it again, you know. I'm retired and I don't really need a truck for anything. I still drive them too, but, you know, I miss driving that Cadillac. It's very smooth driving. And another reason I wanted to get it out of the garage and start driving it again, it doesn't have all this computer crap on it, like in newer cars. And I'm tired of, like on my 02 Ford Super Crew, it's okay, it runs good when it runs, but check engine lights come on to that, it's got all these fucking sensors and circuits, and you have to put a scanner. My 89 Cadillac doesn't have all that bullshit on it. And it's also to where I can go have it inspected. It's emissions exempt. They don't even open the hood on those. And blessed be, glory be, even the engine light can be on one of these. And it's still, it'll pass inspection because all of that has been exempted. At least in Texas. I don't know about other states, but where I'm at, you know, it is. But anyway, I want to show you, okay, here is the fuel pump. Here's how they look. Bolts in like this. Okay, you see you've got a lever here, or whatever, okay. See the camshaft eccentric wheel, the timing gear, the little wheel, it pushes this up and down, up and down. When it pushes it up, it's sucking in fuel. See, this goes on top of the wheel, and it pushes it up. When the wheel turns around to the lower side, the lever comes back down where it's at right now. Okay, but here's a problem, I think a big problem, okay? I bought this one, it's a Delphi. I would suggest people don't buy these because here's something I don't care for. I don't know if you can see it, but look at how I can wiggle the lever back and forth. Can you hear it? See, and I'm just wiggling it back and forth, okay? And I'm not talking about where they can slide back and forth, not like that. I'm talking about, it's got what's called backlash, back and forth. That's no good. That is no good, because that means that the pin that goes through this that holds it in the housing, the pin's a little too small for the hole they made on this. That is screwed up, people. There's something else I noticed. Alright, look at this. I can pull this up and down a half inch. Now, there's a guy with a video on here demonstrating these mechanical, and he said it's okay for it to have a little play to where you can go up and down. I disagree. Because why should there be a looseness in there? I mean, see, there's a spring down in the bottom of these, you know, right in here. Okay, where there's a shaft that comes up, okay, it's under the rubber diaphragm that's inside, okay, that sits up here, just below this part right here. Alright, where this plate is right here, right under it, there's a small shaft. Alright, it has two pieces of metal, and this goes in here, it like has a fork on it. Why should it have up and down play of a half inch? See what I'm saying? A good mechanical fuel pump is not going to have that half inch play. You should not be able to, I mean, I would press the whole thing and demonstrate for y'all, but I can't without a bias and a cheater. These damn things are very hard to push. But see, this half inch play up and down right here, that's a no-no, because let me tell you what's going to happen. This stroke right here, where the camber eccentric turns and it pushes this up, what it's doing is sucking in gasoline. When the lever goes up, this way, up, from where I'm holding it right now, it sucks gasoline in right here. Now, if I've got a half inch play here, guess what's going to happen? It's going to suck in less gasoline. You see what I mean? It's going to suck because it's going to lose a half inch there that it's not pulling in any gasoline at all. So what it means, when it comes on the downstroke, when the lever goes down, that's when it pushes it, the diaphragm's at the top, it pushes it out this fitting, 3/8 inch fitting that goes to your carburetor. Guess what? It's going to have less gasoline to push to your carburetor. And this is going to cause a performance problem, people. It's going to cause a performance problem. And even if this hasn't been causing my problem, it could cause your engine to hesitate on acceleration, and it could cause it to where you'd have to idle it higher, because the idle specifications idle, it wouldn't be enough for the fuel delivery. You see, you would have less fuel delivery to where the engine would run, but it wouldn't be quite enough gasoline. So you're supposed to have more gasoline going to the carburetor than it ever needs. That's what your fuel return is, this one in the middle. Because you have to have a little too much to have enough for when you accelerate a car suddenly. You see what I'm saying? Now, here's what this Cadillac has been doing. That car runs great. I bought that new in November of 1988. At David Taylor Cadillac here in Houston. That car is beautiful. It is a beautiful car. Everything is in excellent condition. It's just when I parked it 3 years ago, the accelerator pump in the carburetor was bad. Because the car would start, it'd run fine, but you'd put it in gear, try to accelerate, the engine would shut off. That accelerator pump was gone. Okay, so I changed that on that Quadrajet carburetor. I took it off, and I changed that little accelerator pump. You can get those for about $20 at AutoZone, O'Reilly's, Advance Auto, whatever. Okay. I love you, Callie. That's one of my babies. That little tiger cat, I'll tell you what, she follows me and does everything with me. But here's what this car has been doing. It drives me crazy. You know, because it'll run so beautiful. But when I start it, when it's cold, I have to pump it about 10 times. And then it'll start running, but it'll sound like that car, that 58 Plymouth in that movie called Christine. That's what it sounds like. It goes pump, 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 pump. And the engine will shake like it's got a major miss, and it'll shake. And I'll have to hold my foot on the accelerator for 2 full minutes and then it'll start gradually running smooth. Then it'll catch on. Then it'll be okay. That's too good a car to be like that, you know, that's bull crap. And then it'll run excellent, you know, excellent. And I can even come in, eat lunch, and go out 2 hours later, and it'll start right up. Don't even have to touch the gas pedal. But then I take off down the road, and I'll be about 2 miles. The engine will start missing and shaking. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I went ahead, the wires were old on the car. The wires and coil and distributor cap were literally 31 years old like that car. Except for the ignition module. I changed that for preventive maintenance because those ignition modules are notorious for going out on General Motors V8 engines in the 70s and in the 80s. They're notorious for that shit. If you ever have any General Motors V8 car made in the mid-70s and through the 80s, and you have no electrical output at all to your spark plugs, check your primary wire first that plugs into your distributor with a test light. Next thing, take that cap off, change that damn ignition module. It has 2 little screws that hold it down, you know, change that damn thing, you know, and, okay, so enough of that, that's another subject, but that's what that car has been doing, you know, and I think what's happening is that this pump, you know, because of this play it has in it right here, man, that's at least a half damn inch, man, that's a lot. Because you figure a quality mechanical fuel pump, it's not going to have any of that. It's not going to have any of that at all. You know, I mean, see, you're only going to lose the amount of gasoline that's being pumped. You're going to lose your poundage. These are designed to operate between 4 and 6 pounds is what they're designed to run on. And you can have a good running General Motors V8, you know, your 70s and 80s with 4 pounds. You know, because when people go to electric fuel pumps on those, it's best to have a fuel regulator to where that those cannot go over 4 pounds. You know, and but anyway, I think that is what's been causing the trouble, because it sounds like what's happening here. If I'm having to pump it like 20 times, and then when it finally starts, I have to keep tapping the accelerator like to keep it going, to keep it from the engine from shutting off or whatever. I think what it is, the fuel pump's just not putting out enough, and you know, there's probably air, you know, aeration. You know, the gas is aerating, you know, like bubbles in it or whatever. And I've checked it, the fuel sock and the fuel tank, I can blow through it opposite end. The fuel flow, you know, through the fuel lines where it comes. The metal lines, fuel return, and the suction line, it's got metal lines that go to the tank. But then just before you get to this fuel pump, you know, that's under the car, General Motors, they use rubber hose. See, to curve up and go on this, and that mounted like this to where it curves up under it and goes like that. They did a good job on that design. I got to hand it to them. They did a good job on that. But anyway, that's a little about fuel pumps. If you ever go buy one at a parts store, and you have any to where you can push that up and down with your hand like that, don't buy the son of a bitch. because that can only cost you. I mean, it's a matter of physics. It's a matter of reality, people. You know, if I've got this, I've got something to push this lever up and down to suck gas into this thing. If I'm losing a ½ inch, well, hey, excuse me, I'm going to get less gasoline. I'm going to get less gasoline in this pump, and then when it does pump it, see, there's going to be an air gap, and that's probably causing aeration. So keeping air in the line between here and my carburetor. So I'm thinking that's probably the problem, but I ordered an AC Delco from Amazon, and yes, I paid with tax. It's the cheapest one I could find. $38.95 with tax, free shipping. And you can get them cheaper. You can get them cheaper. I bought this one for $22. Alright, but you can get a Precision or a Spectra for about $22. Same design. But I think this is a deal here, people, to where it's a deal where you get what you pay for. I really do. Because this one that is supposed to be in the mail tomorrow, you know, it's an AC Delco, and I don't think it's going to have this fucking plate, you know, like this one has. Because I have replaced these on General Motors cars for, and most of them do not have that plate in them. You know, that is poor workmanship. Because see, on that shaft on top of that spring, that means they did not put those metal washers close enough together where that lever goes into, it's like a fork or whatever. That means that they didn't put them close enough together. If people can't measure, if they can't calibrate a mechanical item, close your damn doors and get the hell out, you know? If you can't do something right, don't fucking do it. You know, that's my motto. You know, well, it's a way of life with me, you know. And the only reason I installed this thing is because, you know, I was in a hurry to get that car out because I was wedged in my garage, and I just had a new roof put on my house, and the sheetrock fell down. And I was like, oh my God, I just want to get this car backed out of here, you know. And so, anyway, I hope I helped educate some of you people out there. And, you know, the only way to go, Jesus Christ. That's your Savior, people. That's your Savior. Drinking's not the answer. You know, drugs is not the answer. You know, God's way works better, you know, and Jesus Christ helps me. I'm 63. I can still do so much at my age. I still ride my Harley Davidson. Yeah, I've got some Harley Davidson videos. Several have my Harley in it. It's the 2002 Softail 1450cc 88 cubic inch. You know, it's a good one. It is a good one. It's ferocious. No mufflers, no baffles. It's got what they call drag pipes, is what they call them today. Back in the 70s, when I, you know, had my first one, they called them shotgun pipes. That's what they called them all over the United States. But anyway, yep, that's it for right now. I might make a video. I'll tell y'all somebody you should listen to about carburetors. Quadrajet carburetors. Tyler's Garage, I think it's called. Tyler. I watch a lot of his videos. He has some very valuable information on there. You know, if you have any dealings with a Quadrajet carburetor. Oh God, and don't listen to Scotty. Oh boy, but anyway, y'all have a great day, a great evening, and all that good stuff.